Next video in Slurryspaz 180 mph crash with each revolution of the crankshaft. The piston goes up and down once, creating a primary shaking force. We can put counterweights on the crankshaft, leaving the side opposite to the crank pan heavier. When the piston is at top dead center, it has been decelerating, pulling on the connecting rod, and the counterweight is exerting a force in the opposite direction. But what happens when the piston is at half stroke? Now, we have the counterweight exerting a shaking force at a right angle to the piston. The piston is not exerting any shaking force because, in mid-stroke, it's moving at a constant speed, neither accelerating nor decelerating. This is the problem of trying to balance an engine with rotating counterweights. Every time we add counterweight, we're trading one form of imbalance for another. There is no way that a rotating counterweight can cancel a straight-line shaking force. Ask Kevin, how do motorcycle engines affect sound? Cycle World technical editor Kevin Cameron answers your motorcycle engineering and mechanical questions. Primary shaking forces are not the only force. There is another variable in piston height: rod angularity. When the piston is at half stroke, the connecting rod is at an angle, which has the effect of lowering the piston. There are 4 changes in connecting rod angularity per revolution. That angularity is called a secondary shaking force. For example, in an inline-4 with a flat, 180-degree firing order crankshaft, there are just as many pistons going up as there are going down. Primary shaking force, therefore, is self-canceling. But the secondary force in an inline-4 remains. When manufacturers began to make bigger and bigger inline-4s, they got to a point where the secondary buzz was so annoying that they began to include a secondary balancer. Kevin Cameron has been writing about motorcycles for nearly 50 years, first for Cycle magazine and, since 1992, for Cycle World. Kevin's unparalleled experience and knowledge of the sport were, and continue to be, prompted by a lifetime of curiosity. His willingness to share that information with anyone who is willing to listen is likewise unique. Kevin's greatest strength lies in his ability to present complex subjects in simple terms, with clarity and, often, humor. In this video series, shot in his home shop, Kevin draws upon his vast historical references to address modern-day questions. As Kevin has written, emotions bring us to engineering, but engineering then becomes a special way of confronting reality. Ask your own question, help others. Cycle World answers: 08 Concours with 73k miles. The clutch circuit keeps getting air in it. Modern chain maintenance. Update: re-service answer for hard start after sitting a month. Does Radiant TPS balancing fluid stay stable? Why would my 1999 Honda Nighthawk 750 be leaking fuel out of the drain tube at the bottom of the engine?